isn't someone that you should rely on.
Why don't you seem concerned that my company is in trouble?
What business could you possibly have with Michael?
Drew is going to pay for blowing up my marriage.
I'm not changing your mind. Those days are long gone.
Love how Jordan immediately saw right through Drew and Willow. Honestly, it's like their entire relationship is a poorly kept secret looks could definitely kill. Carly really needs to dial it back. She's stepping into territory that isn't hers. Michael can handle his own mess without her hovering over every decision. And now, Nina's deciding Michael's the wrong man for Willow? After everything he's done for her, what is happening here? Finally, Cam's back for a family gathering. But of course, there's no time to actually catch up. Elizabeth, the boys, and Lucky are all smiles, and it's been ages since we've seen her so happy with most of the kids. She really needed this after the chaos at GH. Maybe Cam will run into Joss while he's here. It might actually do her some good. But seriously, Jason and Sasha? That's not a match, and it's honestly painful to watch. Stop trying to make it happen. Is Michael's exit story seriously going to be insider trading? He's so blinded by anger, he might just be digging his own grave here. And Nina? Already hiring a lawyer like she's the one getting divorced? Carly should be with Joss right now, who's dealing with far worse than Michael at the moment. As for Willow, when is she going to find out the truth about her mother? Nina is not a hero, and turning her into one would be a huge mistake. Michael made a colossal error by letting her take the kids. Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel, Messy Syrup. It's me, Abby, here. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Keep watching, so let's dive into today's video. Isn't it just fascinating how Jason gets paired with another pregnant woman named Sasha? It's almost like deja vu. Jason was with Carly when she was pregnant with Michael. And now here he is with Sasha, who just so happens to be carrying Michael's baby. Coincidence? Probably not. Then there's Willow, who's busy blaming Drew for the mess her marriage has become. Newsflash, sweetheart, it takes two to tango. And let's not pretend you were saying no when you and Michael were getting cozy in that nursery. Oh, and Nina, she's just bulldozing over Willow's divorce plans like she knows best. Seriously, how does she know what Willow wants? Meanwhile, poor Shane is stuck playing along, and Ava's been giving Nina warning after warning, but does Nina listen? Of course not. Martin even asked if this is really what Willow wants, but Nina's still steamrolling ahead like it's all about her. And let's not forget Nina's little secret with Drew. What's going to happen when Willow finds out about that? I can't wait to see Nina's face when she realizes just how little trust Willow is going to have in her after the truth comes out. It's like people have short memories. Everyone's acting shocked about Michael and Willow's relationship, but they both started off by cheating. Remember when Willow cheated on Chase? It's not new, people. Michael and Willow are both cheating cheaters who cheat. Honestly, I'm getting so over the Carly show at this point. Seriously, when will the writers let someone else take the lead? I can barely stay interested anymore. On a brighter note, I did love seeing Sasha finally stand up to Tracy. And Harmony? She called it. Nina smothering Willow with her love, just like she accused Michael of doing. Instead of letting Willow make her own choices, Nina is once again trying to control everything. Has she forgotten that Michael has both Quartermaine and Corintho's money behind him? Because trust me, that's way more than Nina can ever offer. Oh, Carly. Sure, Jason did a great job calming her down, but let's be real. If Carly happens to accidentally run into Drew, there's absolutely no way she's going to stick to that promise. I'm just waiting for that inevitable showdown. I really wanted to see Carly confront Drew, but instead, it looks like Drew's payback has already begun. Seriously, the look on his face when Aurora's stock started tanking. Priceless. Curtis and Michael really nailed that one. Well played, guys. As for Nina, somebody needs to tell her to calm down. She's totally overstepping. Has she even spoken to Willow about her grand plans? Michael and Willow haven't even had a proper conversation about what's next. And here Nina is, already calling in lawyers to talk divorce. Does she think she can just act like the head of the family? Willow and Michael are adults. They can handle their own business. Nina's gearing up for a fight that neither of them is probably even interested in having. I can already see this all blowing up in her face, especially when someone inevitably spills the beans about Nina and Drew. If she's smart, which, let's be honest, she's not always, she'd listen to Ava and come clean to Willow about everything if she has any hope of keeping their relationship intact. On a brighter note, it's awesome to have Jonathan Jackson back. He and Rebecca Herbst still have that amazing chemistry, but seriously, someone get him a comb. That hair is so distracting. And I'm actually loving the Elizabeth and Lucky scenes. Haven't been too into Elizabeth lately, but now that Lucky's back, I'm all in. Plus, Cameron coming home for the holidays, that just makes it even better. Sure, here's a rewrite of the scene with a sarcastic tone, while keeping all key points intact. It's clear Cam's not sticking around for long, so there's no time for a long, drawn-out story. But honestly, it's hard to imagine him not harboring some serious bitterness toward Lucky for just abandoning him. Still, that hug was sweet. A rare moment of sincerity in a world of dysfunction. I can't help but love this little family, so messy, yet somehow endearing. As Nina whisks Willow away from home, and Michael, naturally, she spots Drew's name flashing on Willow's phone. What does she do? Oh, she demands that Willow absolutely not answer the call, like Drew's some kind of plague. Of course, Nina doesn't realize how ironic that is, considering she's about to have a massive shock when Drew shows up for Christmas. Talk about a surprise. It's almost like Nina's latest ill-conceived, self-serving scheme is destined to implode, like every other one she's ever cooked up. Will Nina fans finally open their eyes? I mean, seriously. Carly hating aside, how can anyone justify Nina's behavior? No regard for Willow's wishes, no thought for anyone but herself. Nina has always been about her own survival. Look at how she snagged Sunny, warmed her way into Willow's life by teaming up with Drew, and let's not forget the disaster when she was Willow's teacher. Now, she's lying to Willow and scheming to break up her and Michael just to get her claws on the grandkids. There's nothing genuine about Nina, nothing selfless. Even when it comes to her grandkids, she's a walking contradiction. Honestly, it's beyond me how anyone can still defend her. Nina is toxic, and it's only a matter of time before it all blows up in her face like karma on steroids. Watch and learn. Willow, she thinks she's just getting a break at Nina's place, some space to cool off from Michael. What she doesn't know is that Nina's already dialed up a lawyer to plot out a divorce and custody war for Willow. Oh, and Nina is conveniently keeping mum about what she and Drew have been up to for months. Long before Willow got caught up in her Drew-induced hero worship. Because why would Nina ever actually tell Willow the truth? It's just another one of Nina's selfish, delusional schemes. Another disaster waiting to happen. Stay tuned. Nina really has the audacity to blame Michael for her lack of a relationship with Willow. Never mind that not long ago, at the Quartermains, Michael and Nina were having a perfectly pleasant conversation. Oh, and let's not forget that Willow flat out told Nina, right after Nina ratted out Carly and Drew, that if her mother was anything like Nina, she didn't want to know her. But somehow, Nina refuses to take any responsibility for her actions. Classic. And here's the kicker. Everyone's pointing fingers at Nina for not telling Willow about her affair with Drew, but hello. Drew hasn't told Willow either. In fact, I'd argue Drew's handling of this is even worse. Poor Willow is like a lost puppy, just soaking up all the terrible advice people are throwing at her. And really, who does Nina think she is? Having Martin draw up divorce papers and plotting for Willow to get full custody of Amelia and Wiley. Without even discussing it with Michael first, they haven't even figured out what they want to do about their marriage. The nerve, Samo. I can't wait for Willow to find out about Drew and her mother. The drama will be chef's kiss. Let's not forget Michael made peace with Nina because of Willow, only for Nina to turn around and say that Michael isn't good enough for her. You can't make this stuff up. That's the definition of gratitude, right? Now, as I'm catching up, I'm just floored by Willow trying to take the kids from Michael after she's the one who set this entire affair in motion. Yes, despite Michael's own mess with Sasha. But sorry, Willow, you're not Willie's biological mother. You don't get to just swoop in and make these decisions. And on a more personal note, the Dex passing hit me harder than expected. My husband passed away 8.5 years ago, and it was eerily similar. I had spoken to him just a minute and a half before, and by the time I got home, neighbors were already performing CPR on him, and he was gone. It's still hard to process. So I overheard Olivia calling Tracy Angelica Quartermain the other day. Probably just a coincidence, right? I mean, who cares that she was also Angelica Devereaux on Days of Our Lives during one of her famous Tracy sabbaticals? You know, when she was playing the love interest of Wally Kurth, who, fun fact, later came over to General Hospital to play her son Ned. Funny how the soap world is just so small with all those little connections, isn't it? Now, for all the people out there saying Carly needs to mind her business, maybe you should try having the same energy for both grandparents. Seriously, shut it. Either it's fine for Carly to step in, or it's not. If Nina gets a pass, Carly gets a pass. Period. Also, I'm a few weeks behind on my shows, and I'm really struggling with this new Aiden. Look, he might be a great actor, but he looks way too old for the role. I mean, even if he's actually closer to Aiden's age in real life. On screen, he looks like he could be Liz and Lucky's sibling, not their child, and the chemistry? Non-existent. That was a questionable casting decision, to say the least. And speaking of questionable, can someone explain how Nina trusts Ava? Like, really? Does she forget who Carly's been with? AJ, Jason, Drew, Franco. Oh wait, and I'm still counting. Yeah, Willow's married now, but Carly didn't exactly keep her distance when it came to Willow's mom's husband. But sure, Carly's the one who gets to judge everyone. But let's be real, Nina is her own worst enemy. Carly might need to back off, but Nina's the one making this mess worse. Sending Martin to serve Michael with custody papers, so not a good look. And can we talk about Ava being the voice of reason? She's right. Nina needs to tell Willow about her and Drew. This whole situation is about to explode in Nina's face. Trust me on this one. Watching Eden McCoy while she chatted with Trino was a treat. Those profile shots were practically a Cher tribute. Seriously, she's got the look down, and let's not forget she's a fantastic actress too. She's a real beauty. Michael really stepped up today with Curtis. He didn't have to offer him the chance to back out, but he did, showing some serious transparency. He wanted Curtis to make the call on whether to take his chances with Drew. It was a classy move, and I loved Curtis's response. Classic. But then there's Mina. I had to rewind just to make sure I heard her right, and yep, she actually had the nerve to claim that Michael's the one standing in the way of Willow's true happiness. I almost fell over. She said it right after going on about how happy she was to have her daughter and grandkids under one roof, implying that Willow's real happiness is, of course, with Nina. It's like, really, I was just starting to warm up to Nina since she got away from Sonny, but nope, she's gone full Delulu again. Nina, does she not realize that dragging this to court is just going to make Willow look even worse? I mean, really, how can it possibly go well when it's revealed that Willow, in her mansion no less, had a steamy rendezvous in the playroom? Plus, let's not forget Drew doesn't want any of this out there, and trust me, it's all going to be aired in court. It's like a recipe for disaster. It's almost as if Michael is being set up to go to prison for insider trading and stock manipulation. Because let's be real, what he and Curtis are doing is insider trading. Just saying. And then here we go again with Ava, trying to give Nina some solid advice. Be honest with Willow, hold off on that divorce plan. But of course, Nina's not listening. Instead, she's busy cooking up some harebrained scheme that's bound to blow up in her face. She just can't help herself, can she? Sigh. Honestly, I had started rooting for Nina when they finally started writing her like a normal person. But nope, the writers must have gotten bored with a likable Nina. And Jason, oh Jason, thank you for finally saying what we're all thinking. Telling Anna to do her own dirty work instead of constantly throwing Carly under the bus. Carly, poor Carly, getting bashed because fans can't stand to see her be the powerful, competent boss we know her to be. #GH, of course I saw this coming. I said it 100 times. Carly was always going to lose it when she found out about Drew and Willow. And flip out she did. Jason is just spitting out everything I've been saying. Drew, you really stuck your nose where it didn't belong, didn't you? You wrecked a family, and Willow's just trying to juggle custody and her career. I said from the beginning this was going to be a huge mess, and here we are. As for Elizabeth, can we just take a moment? You should be so proud of yourself. You raised 3 fine, independent, strong young men on your own. Seriously, look at them. Look at how they've turned out. That's all you. And seeing Lucky and Cameron sing together. Honestly, that was amazing. And Jocelyn, sweetheart, listen to me. Dex loved you, he loved you, and you loved him. Don't focus on the bad times. This is not your fault. Dex fought for you every single day, not just for his job, but for you. You're an incredible person with a heart of gold. I know it doesn't take away the pain, but I promise you the sun will rise again. And when it does, it's going to feel so warm. You gave Dex the best months of his life, and that's something no one can ever take from you. For all of you singing Nina's praises, are we really just ignoring the fact that she's being selfish? She's all for keeping Willow away from Michael, classic Nina move. She literally told Ava she didn't want them together. Guess what? She's going to lose her relationship with her daughter over this, mark my words. Sure, it doesn't matter that this all went down before she even knew Willow had feelings for Michael, because this is all about loyalty or the lack of it. And let's not even start with the mother-like daughter thing. There's no loyalty there. Willow will probably find out about Nina and Drew, then pack up and leave with Michael to start fresh. It's coming. I remember when this show was at the top of its game. It was trend-setting, a powerhouse. But that was years ago, right? Sure, some people gripe about the writing, but I'm actually seeing the shift towards something better. Let me explain. General Hospital pioneered the concept of the super couple in soaps. It used to blend action, adventure, and romance, something we haven't really seen in a while. But here's the thing. I think the writing is moving back in that direction. And whether you think it's needed or not, trust me, it is. The soap genre is struggling, and going back to those tried-and-true methods could be exactly what GH needs to survive. Take the Quartermaines, for example. Some of you haven't been watching long enough to know, but this kind of drama, corporate wars, affairs, betrayal, used to be the norm for them. It's what made the family iconic, the kind of drama we all love to hate. So, are the writers messing up? Not at all. In fact, I think they're setting the show up for a revival. It'll take time, but I've got theories. If I'm right, we'll all be thanking them this time next year. The show needed a shakeup, and it's getting one. I'm excited to see where it goes. Now, let me make this clear. If my ex, the person I used to share a bed with, decided to interfere in my son's marriage, you better believe I'd have something to say about it. Who wouldn't? Carly has every right to step in. She's let Michael take the lead on Willow, but Drew needs to face the consequences. If you think otherwise, you're lying to yourself. And seriously, why all the hate for Carly? People are saying she's wrong for trying to protect Michael, but it's totally fine for Nina to secretly go behind Willow's back and try to take custody of her kids. That's straight up hypocrisy. I just don't get all the Nina worship. Oh, but Nina's such a saint, right? Give me a break. Drop your thoughts in the comment section below. Do you agree or disagree? Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more updates. Your opinions matter, and I will see you in the next video. Thank you.